Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Christopher Chow here from OVPT Singapore. 30 years of Pu-erh expertise for your health and well-being. Today's topic is one that office executives across the globe, especially in Singapore, will be interested in. Can Pu-erh tea really replace coffee? Now, I can already hear the coffee lovers protesting. No chance. Coffee's rich. It's got that sweet, aromatic punch, and it gives me the kick I need to survive the day. Nothing else comes close. And I get it. Coffee is a ritual for so many of us. The very fuel that gets us through the morning slump. But let me ask you this. Do you know whether Pu-erh tea could actually give you that same energy without the side effects? Most people think tea is either too mild or too traditional, especially Pu-erh tea, which seems like something only your grandparents would drink, right? Well, let me break it to you. Pu-erh tea might just surprise you. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you might just rethink your morning cuppa. I know what you're thinking. Can Pu-erh tea really compete with coffee when it comes to keeping you alert? Can it really keep you awake without making your heart race or wrecking your sleep? And isn't brewing tea too much of a faff for the office? Today, I'll be sharing a story about a friend who, like so many of us, relied on coffee day in, day out. He had the typical office job, working late into the night, and coffee was his lifeline. Let's call him Alex, or Alexandra, to give you that classic British twist. You could say pressure was written into his name. Every morning, Alex would hit the office and down his first coffee. Then by lunch, he'd be on his second, and sometimes by late afternoon, he'd need a third to keep him going. At first, Alex swore coffee was his savior. But soon enough, problems started creeping in. Have you ever had that feeling after a cup or two, where your heart starts racing, you get jittery, and your head feels a bit fuzzy? One day, Alex was in an important meeting, too much coffee coursing through his veins, and it hit him hard. He was speaking so fast, his mind couldn't keep up with his mouth. Eventually, he lost track of what he was saying altogether. Imagine the awkward silence as his colleagues and boss just stared at him. That, my friends, was a real coffee crash. But the worst part wasn't the meetings. It was the sleepless nights. Too much coffee meant Alex couldn't sleep properly. And so, the vicious cycle began. He was tired, so he drank more coffee, but the more he drank, the worse he felt. By the time 3 p.m. rolled around, it was like his batteries had completely died. He'd hit a wall. Alex finally realized coffee was more of a burden than a boost. So, he started exploring alternatives, and a friend, also my client, recommended Pu-erh tea. At first, Alex was skeptical. Can this Pu-erh tea really do the job? He thought. But hey, when coffee's not working anymore, what's the harm in trying something new, right? To his surprise, Pu-erh tea turned out to be a game changer. The first time Alex drank it, he noticed the difference. It wasn't that sharp jolt of energy you get from coffee. Instead, it was like a gentle, steady climb, keeping him alert all afternoon, without the dreaded caffeine crash. Oh, what's the science behind Pu-erh tea's effects, actually? Now, some of you might be wondering, if Pu-erh tea has less caffeine than coffee, how on earth does it help with focus and energy? Well, here's something interesting. Pu-erh tea leaves actually contain more caffeine by weight than coffee beans. Yes, you heard that right. The key difference is how the caffeine is released. When you brew coffee, the caffeine is extracted all at once. That's why it hits you hard and fast. But with tea, especially Pu-erh, the caffeine is released gradually, brew by brew. This means you get a longer lasting, steady boost. So, I'll tell you a trick. If you've got a quick 1-hour meeting and need a short, sharp burst, coffee is your go-to, though you might have to deal with the side effects. But if you're sitting through a long half-day workshop or heading off on a road trip, Pu-erh tea is the smarter choice. You get sustained energy without the sudden drop-off. You might also be wondering, how can a tea both energize and calm you at the same time? It sounds contradictory, doesn't it? Well, that's where the magic of Pu-erh tea comes in. It contains L-theanine, an amino acid that works wonders on the brain. You no need to remember what it is. Just remember that something in tea works. Not only does it help you focus, but it also has a calming effect on the nervous system, countering the overstimulation that caffeine often causes. So, no jitters, no racing thoughts, just calm focus. After switching to Pu-erh tea, Alex noticed a massive improvement. He no longer felt wired and anxious. He had clarity of mind, his mood stabilized, and he was way more productive at work. And best of all, he could sleep soundly at night, knowing he wouldn't wake up exhausted the next day. And, as an added bonus, after a few weeks of drinking pu'er, Alex found his waistband was a bit looser. That's right, without changing his diet or exercise routine, he'd lost a few inches. Pu'er tea's ability to support digestion and metabolism helped him shed those extra pounds. His colleagues even started complimenting him on how healthy he looked. Congrats to Alex, he is now full of confidence. So, after hearing Alex's story, do you think Pu-erh tea could be the perfect coffee substitute for you? If you're looking for a healthier alternative that keeps you energized, helps you manage stress, and even boosts your digestion, it might just be time to switch. And the best part? Brewing Pu-erh is as simple as making a cup of coffee. You just need to pick the right one. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more tips for staying healthy and focused. Oh, and before you go, I've got something special for you. Click the link in the description to grab your free copy of our The Executive Health Guide for Coffee Lovers. It's packed with tips on how to stay energized throughout the day, all while keeping your mind sharp and your body healthy. This is Christopher Chow from OVP Singapore. 30 years of Pu-erh expertise for your health and well-being. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.